Well, good morning. It's been I guess a good couple of weeks since we had that big 3-inch rain event, and I filmed the event showing what little breaches I had in the system. Anyway, we went back and feel like we fixed everything, so I'm just gonna run over that with you real quick. So this is my diversion swell, which takes water coming down, sends it down to my terrace system. Right in this area here, it actually breached and was going over. Anyway, we just took a plow on a tractor, just cut a little trench here. Kind of as we were driving, we were dropping the plow so it tapers down. I did a water hose test. I mean, any water going here is now flowing that way instead of, anyway, so it's pushing it to the left. Before it was just kind of standing water and breached over. Well, we got that fixed. Let me walk over to the terrace. The main change in here is I did find some blackberries, and these are Arapahoes. These are thornless blackberries. I've got them up next to my house and they produce well. Anyway, 1, 2, 3. I got 7 of them planted right next to the waffles. So even in the heat of summer, if I feel like I need to add water to it, I just drop a hose in one of these waffle hoses and let it just fill overrun. I guess a good thing about that is it just keeps the plastic out. I had ran some drip hose out here and it was a nightmare, and I just totally regret it. I mean, if you mow or weed eat, you start chopping them up and then you just get all this plastic waste, and I'm so mad at myself for even doing it. But anyway, I think this waffle is gonna fix that. But yeah, maybe in 2 years we'll have a blackberry harvest. I wanted to show you this. This is on the lower end of the terrace. This is a pear tree, and it's October 2nd right now, 2023. Pear tree is flowering. Now, I've had this happen on first year trees because they get confused, but I've never had it like this is a 2 or 3 year old tree. Anyway, after I saw that, it was funny. I was driving down to the hardware store and took a back road, and I saw at least 3 Bradford flowering pears, the ornamental pears that were in full bloom. So I don't know what's going on. If this extreme summer heat, they just went dormant, and then when the rain came and they thought it was springtime, I don't know. So this area here is where my big giant hugel was. You can see we got it all moved out, got it scraped nice and flat, got it seeded, but it went all the way from that cedar tree down there all the way to the end of this horse trailer. I don't know if you can see them, but the surface of the water is just full of dragonflies buzzing around. That's pretty cool. So I might bring in my last video and just show this. This is so impressive, but this is the overflow from the new pond. I think I'm going to show you just maybe 5 seconds of it overflowing, and let's go. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So here's all the water coming out. I mean, it's a freaking river. Okay, we're back. I think I just showed you the water flowing. So now let's go look at it with it while it's dry. Anyway, we had a breach here. I considered a sizable breach. But the water's supposed to flow down here and then hit these rocks down here so that it doesn't erode out. I might need to fix this, get the water all flowing in here, I'm not sure, but that's gonna erode away since it doesn't have a rock area, so I'll need to fix this. And you can see where this white is. Some of the water was actually shooting out past it, coming out further down over here, which was causing erosion. So we took some of my clay hoard and just built this little dam wall with the hopes of the water is going to come down here, turn and go down in the bottom. So we're going to be getting rain in the next 2 days. I don't know if it's going to be a big rain, if things are going to overflow, but I'm definitely going to come out to see how that handled it. And then the hugel that we took out, here's all the lumber or the timber logs and branches that were in there. Got them piled up in this area. I just want to slowly get it filled in so it's not a ravine, because this is no longer a ravine because the water entry now is where these rocks are. So I was wanting to get this filled in when it was a ravine, it was kind of exposing this oak tree to roots, and I just want to slowly fill it without killing the tree. And I'm hoping just these logs will slowly degrade and help the tree versus injuring it. Now we're going to get down to the, I don't know who did that. I'm going to have to get that moved. That's right in the path of the water. That's pretty silly. Here's another area, a brush dam I've got, and all the water was flowing through here. There again, let's show you the video of it. 3, 2, 1. But anyway, this is a brush dam. You can see all the sediment it's picking up. It just taking cleaner water downstream, but there again, I need to continue this out, and I need to stop this flow here. Okay, so I hopefully just showed you the video of this. So anyway, you can see all the new brush we took and packed it up here, and that's where the water was overflowing past this. Now I may have overdone this. This was a brush dam, and then I started reading about how beavers had put dirt into it, so I actually dumped some dirt on it. So I think I may have ended up damming this up, forcing the water out that side, which is probably not good. So I don't know, one day I'll have to come in here and kind of rework this a little bit. I mean, I don't need the water going out and around there. I need it still traveling through here, just getting filtering the debris out. But I'm always obsessed about holding water. And I made sure that the height of this was nowhere near the bottom of the trunk of that oak tree. I mean, I'm not going to have water all the way back there. That's not my goal. I was just hoping to hold a little bit of water right here. Anyway, let's see where the next stop's going to be. All right, so here's the encroachment pond. Like I said, well, I guess Saturday I had 3 people out here, and we just did a lot of maintenance out here, not really sculpture work, but I had a fallen giant ash juniper tree over here, a big brush pile. We got it hauled out. We got the mobile home cleaned out. There was a bunch of trash on there from remodeling it. There was four or five cars parked over here. So we kind of had a cleanup day. And then I came in behind them with the skid steer and the excavator. Just spent probably 4 hours, 2 hours one day, 2 hours another day, kind of just shaping this thing. So in the rain event, I didn't have an overflow cut, so it kind of just punched itself a little hole over there. So anyway, I just kind of re-sculpt these and make them nice tapered edges instead of cliffs. I used that dirt, kept adding it to the dam there, and then I was compacting it on the top and then running up and down the sides of it on both sides with a skid steer to kind of pack it down. But I don't I'm looking at it now, I don't know if I'm quite there. So there's my overflow, go across. I'm not sure. I know I need like 2 to 3 feet of head space. The dam needs to be 2 to 3 feet above the overflow here. I'm just going to see what happens after the next rain, and come down here and look at it, because I'm also looking at what I want the total height to be. I mean, if that overflow starts getting to where I think it's going to start, I don't want it to come into this little slope over here and start eroding that base out where the mobile home's sitting. So I may end up just cutting this deeper, I don't know. But I can take it slow. I mean, if something blows out, I just fix it, not a big deal. Anyway, I'm just real curious about the next rain. But this, just going to show you the full entirety of the dam. I kind of curve it around, and it starts connecting into this high pad where the mobile home is. And then looking back at it, I didn't really want to go this way and start sacrificing these trees here. So if we do end up going wider, we'll push it this way. But keep in mind, this is going to be government land. I mean, if you're a new viewer, from the middle of this mobile home, the government's taken all the land all the way to my fence over here, because the highway over here is going to be widened. So in, I don't know, two to 5 years, something like that, they're going to force me to sell them the land. So I figured, I mean, right before they announced that, I'd bought me an excavator to build a big pond here. So when I got the letter, I'm like, well, let me go ahead and build the pond, and I don't even have to do it right, because it's going to go away. I kind of use this as a practice thing. And I did not I did not make this a water holding dam. Basically just dug a hole and dammed it up. I wanted the water to just come in here and just seep into the ground. And the reason for that is the initial encroachment was the other side of my property line is going to be, I don't know, a couple thousand houses or something. They're clear cutting it, turning it into subdivision. So now all that dirty water is going to come through here. So the whole design of this pond would just let it fill up and soak in the ground and let the contaminants get filtered into the ground. Anyway, so this is just, it allows me to get some experience in pond building, but I can make a mistake because it's not going to be here permanent. Anyway, that's so that's everything we've done since the last rain. I'm going to try to get this seeded. I mean, after the next rain, I'm going to see if I need to raise that I was talking about, but I need to get all this seeded with deer food plot mix. And then I got too big of a drop on the overflow, which is going to cause erosion, but I've got to get all this brush moved out, and I might just cut the overflow where it's staying more level ground, lower and slower. But this part doesn't affect this part. Right now I want to get this part seeded. The next rain, get it seeded, probably stay off of it for a while, observe it, see what's happening, and then come back and see what else I need to do with it. Anyway, we're gonna call that done, but like I said, things are green again. It was terrible for a good 3 months here. All right, so y'all have a great day.